Wonderful. Yes, sir.
Three, two, one, let's go!
Makes you wonder what the world's coming to.
Hello and welcome to the basement. I am your host, Creepy Uncle Ray, and I am above average contrarian here to game and argue and have a conversation. Tonight we'll be playing Broforce once again, and tonight I am not accompanied by any of my nephews. I will be accompanied by J Doom. J Doom, how are we doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good, man. How's it going?
Not too bad. Now, for those who don't know, which should be all of you, J Doom and I are related in a marriage type of situation. Not we're related because we're married, but related through marriage. And yeah, so basically we like to game together, and this is the first time we played this game together, which should be fun. So what's been going on with you, J Doom?
Not a whole lot, man. I'm just working and trying to keep myself sane and not murdering all the people that I work with, basically.
Is that because of the Christmas season, or just because murder is the only option?
More towards the latter.
Oh, okay, fantastic. Good to see.
I've tried other
going.
avenues. I've tried other avenues, but I don't know if I have any option left.
Well, sometimes, I mean, you just gotta slit some throats and be done with it. So speaking of slitting throats, it's kind of what I wanted to do this week with a company that I actually enjoy, and I've had a membership with them for quite some time in AAA. And, well, see, I have a teenage son who is now driving, and our insurance is through the roof. So we went out of our way to find other stuff going on as far as quotes and trying to get the reduced pay down a little bit. Apparently, AAA doesn't understand the concept of a quote and what the word quote means. Okay, so basically what they did, they quoted us at a price $300 less than what we pay normally.
Oh.
And we were immediately ecstatic. We're like, oh, that's fantastic. And so what happens is we end up go ahead and talk to them, and the wife gives out the info saying, hey, that's great, but we have a teenage son. And they're like, that's all right. You know, there's a couple things we got to work out, but it should be around this price. And we're like, oh, wow, that's crazy talk. And so they're like, well, it is, you know, we do have to make sure we go through everything, and we'll give you a final quote as soon as you send over the adjustment from the actual place we get insurance at now. So we're like, all right. So, you know, go through. They get all the
pretty normal so far.
Yeah. They get all the information they want. Do you want that guy? Take him. Oh, I took him. Sorry.
That's fine.
And so we get the information there, and they come out and they're like, "Oh, by the way, it's literally only $20 less than what you guys pay a month." And we're like, "You son of a bitch! It's exactly what we told you was gonna happen." And
yeah, that's a drastic change.
Yeah, to the point where like, well, we're just gonna stay with the people, you know, we got anyways. Which, you know, free plug for Progressive. They're fantastic. We've loved them for quite some time. So there you go, Progressive. Oh, I just fell off the side. All right. And so we were like, well, what the F? Like, you know, come on, dude. How can you quote us $300 difference and then come back and like, oh, by the way, it's only $20.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
Like if we'd known that, we never would have done it to begin with.
We probably wouldn't have talked to you for like, oh wow, that's terrible. For like, 2 seconds because it was a waste of time. My wife went through most of the conversation, thankfully for them, because I might have killed somebody. And
Right.
yeah, so yeah, those guys are total D-bags. So now, oh boy, MacGyver. And so yeah, that's where I'm sitting at now. Was not a
Yeah.
fun
I know
week.
the whole thing with like quotes and shit, because I do accounting for a construction company, and numerous times we've had like a company say, oh, here's our quote for you to write us a contract, and we write them a contract, and they're like, yeah, we need a change order because that number wasn't quite right.
Right.
Like, do you understand what the quote was for to begin with?
Do you guys understand the concept of quoting?
Yeah. You come down here and get another life.
Yeah, I'm gonna. And yeah. Ooh, take that whip action in the face.
Oh god.
So annoying.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, like how often that comes up. Just with dealing with customers or places as a customer, but then even now from my end of it, being the person trying to set up and like write a contract to somebody, I'm like, guys, come on. You read this sheet of paper, it says, give me everything that's going to be involved with this now. Don't give me this number and say, oh yeah, but if you want this part, you got to give me another, $500,000.
Right. Completely unnecessary. Like, just to come out and be like, you know what? Don't even quote. Just say rough estimate. You know what I mean? You want that? Go ahead, take them. It's fine.
Okay.
And yeah. So again, not a big deal. But you know what? The people that my wife dealt with, completely nice.
Yeah.
Very
That's
respectful. Good. Yeah. No, it wasn't. Oh, you're so big. And it was just like, come on, learn how the English language works, because what you guys said was so far away from anything that was necessary. But
Oh.
wow, I guess
Sorry,
it's
dude.
too close. No, it's no worries. So yeah. So let's talk about other unnecessary things. Okay, let's talk about some trending Twitter topics, because this is what I enjoy doing. I love talking about Twitter stuff. So apparently there is a person or something in the UK that is going about and killing cats. And they're saying the total is in the area of 100 cats. So it's all across England, okay? The reason they're linking it is because there was 5 new cat deaths that had been linked to so-called Croydon cat killer, which I guess Croydon is the town where that started. But the latest victims were found in Northampton, which is East Midlands. Northampton is about 100 miles north of Croydon, and they said the killings began in 2015. So this person has been able to get away with it for 2 full years and has a C-note worth of notches on his or her belt. How does that, as a cat owner, as you and I both are, how does that make you feel?
I mean, obviously I don't like the idea of just needlessly
straight murder,
killing them. Yeah, especially because I read some of they're saying like they're not just murdered, like mutilated. I mean, I own 3 cats, and I can't say that I haven't wanted to kill them from time to time.
But here's the thing: would you? Would you?
No.
Is the question. All right. Well,
no, just because. Oh god.
So here's where you're wrong. Cats should be killed. Cats should be killed on a regular basis. They're completely worthless. They give you no sense of love, because all they really love is the food that you're giving them. They have just don't care about people at all. So mutilation, probably over the top, but I'm up for a good cat killing. Plus, I mean, Who doesn't
Good
like
cat
Chinese?
killing.
Yeah, who doesn't like having, Chinese?
Chinese food, is that what you're gonna say?
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Chinese food. I mean, oh, that was awful. I shouldn't have stood there. But yeah, what a
Well, look, I mean, if
honestly,
you're using it for something sensible like that, it's understandable. But
well, what's
for the
good
Chinese
of-
food,
Yeah, well, but seriously, what do cats do? What do cats do for you? Nothing. They get in
It's
the
true.
way.
I
They
can't-
fight. You have 2 dogs as well. Am I right? Or is it 2 or 3 now?
yeah, we
Okay.
have 2 dogs.
But do they give your dogs a hard time?
Well, no. One of them, they know not to mess with. Like, they know if they pissed him off, he would straight up
Murder.
use them as a chew toy. The other one is a big wuss, and all they know they can screw with him, so they just
They do.
slap him in the face for no reason when he walks
Aw,
by.
That's messed up.
When, or as they walk by him, they just pause and kind of look at him, and you see that look like, oh, maybe this is a point where I'm going to make a new friend, and then they just slap him in the face and keep walking.
That's so ridiculous. That's so unnecessary.
I will say it is amusing to watch because the look on his face afterwards is pretty hilarious. He's like, I don't understand why or
Yeah, he's
how
like,
this
how
just
did I
happened.
get tricked into this? Yeah, into this situation.
But I'm like,
See,
dude, you're a dog. You're half Doberman or half Rottweiler. Kill her.
just straight up destroy.
I won't even stop you.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm glad we kind of see the same way. See,
Yeah. I mean, like you said, the mutilation maybe is a little too far, but beyond that, it is hard to find a use for them.
Sometimes you gotta cut them up before you cook them. I guess is how you gotta look at it. I don't know. I mean,
What is it? The rumor was like the fur was used, or the intestines or something was violin string. Is that something I'm making up now, or is that something that went around for a while? I thought I heard that somewhere.
There's all sort of crazy allegations that are going along with it. Oh my god, who am I? Oh, RoboCop. Yeah, just the simple fact that are they even trying to solve the case?
Probably not. I mean, I feel like they're just trying to make the people feel better by saying that they are, but this dude's been doing this for going on almost 3 years now.
Yeah, they're almost in the 3rd calendar year. Which
I
is
feel like
amazing.
they're just like, you know what? Yeah, guys, we're totally looking into it, and they're like, we got other things to worry about.
So a cat was deliberately mutilated and its body placed on top of a car near its owner's home in Northampton. That's pretty amazing.
That sounds like a revenge thing.
That's like someone sending a message. Now, we both. Did you?
Is this mob related?
I don't know.
God.
It's like not a revenge killing, but like sending a message, maybe.
Yeah, the placing the dead cat on the car sounds like a revenge, like a
Yeah,
hey,
like a
you,
scorned lover.
you and I
type
were
of
supposed to
deal.
go on like we were supposed to go on a date and you stood me up. I hate your cat, sort of thing.
Well, I'm sure he doesn't hate her pussy.
Oh God. Like you wouldn't give me yours, so I'm gonna take it.
Right, I'll take your other pussy.
I'll take it any way I can get it.
Yeah. I mean, oh god, just the simple fact that they're going out of their way to kill animals, isn't that?
Well, and
a
if it is the
sign?
same person and it's 100 miles away,
Yeah, that's a. Well, here's the thing. Back in, oh crap, I can't remember the exact decade, but there were copycat killers of the Boston Strangler. They don't
it's
believe
a poor use of the term in this case, sir.
Well, look, I'm not gonna say the pun wasn't intended. I was hoping you wouldn't pick up on it right away, but you did. But if you think about it, are they gonna link every cat death? I'm sure that they're not being like Dextered, where they're completely serialized killed in certain specific ways or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Or maybe this is like Dexter, and this guy's going out and like only killing the bad cats.
Well, honestly, at some point, all pussy turns bad. So I'm sure.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't trust any pussy. I can't. Punch. So
You can't lick or punch
lick
in
or
the
punch.
face.
Right.
Those are your standards.
Well, I mean, they're low. They're low standards, but they are still standards. Yeah. So, I have to say, just the simple fact that the number is in the triple digits is quite impressive.
Yeah.
Quite impressive.
Well, I was reading too, like is it like I don't know if it was the mayor or somebody was like if you have cats that sleep outside, bring them indoors and all this stuff. And all I could think of was like, this is the shit they tell you if you live near coyotes. Like, oh, if you have a small dog, make sure you bring it indoors. Right, now you got to just do this because this guy's going around murdering cats.
Straight up murdering cats. And we say guy, but we don't know. Women enjoy pussy too, so it's not like we can't discriminate against.
I mean, I feel like it's not generally a woman that you hear doing something like that. Now, there could be some crazy ladies out there, but
oh crap! Have you
single
ever
white
watched?
Female?
Yeah, single white female, dude.
I have.
Or Fatal Attraction, where they kill the bunny. It was the first thing she did was cook the damn bunny.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, women. I mean,
I was like, no, she was just going after Michael Douglas.
Well, from what I understand, if you get more than like 2 pussies in a room, they just go at it all the time. At least that's what the internet showed me. I don't know if that's different from other things.
I thought they just synced up their schedules or something.
They're like, look, this is what the moon's telling us to do, so we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
So.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I am married, but I know very little about the subject. So.
Right. All I know is what I've seen on the internet.
That's right. And there's everything on the internet's true. So.
Oh yeah, that's why net neutrality needs to happen. People need to have the truth hidden from them. That's why.
You want it so that things will get hidden.
Right. You can't like. Gotcha. I agree with Trump. Oh crap! That's right. This guy shoots so hard. I gotta.
Yeah, you gotta control that stuff.
Yeah, I'm shooting all over the place. Get me out of here.
Oh, good lord! I will say we've survived more of these levels than I anticipated.
Thank goodness. So, all right, let's move on to the next trending Twitter topic that I wanted to bring up. I have a third that I haven't told you about, only because I just want to see a reaction on one of them. All right, so the second one, and we probably should have had Hobegger because this is kind of a specialty, but we're going to talk about Ninja Batman, the Japanese anime movie that was done by some of the highest regarded individuals in the anime business, have taken the character, our beloved Batman, from the world of America and turned him in and all of the different villains and all of those people into a crazy anime movie. And the trailer was released this week, and I'm gonna have to say, it looks amazing. It looks absolutely amazing. How do you feel? What are you looking? What are you thinking?
So I was a little confused at first because I saw somebody post it on Facebook, and I thought, I honestly at first I didn't realize that it was something they were actively making. I thought it was like it's just something for Japan or something that somebody's looking into. And then I think after I saw that, I saw your post go up on Twitter, and I'm like, oh man, this is actually legit, and it does look cool. Like I could see, Batman being portrayed as like that samurai.
Well, yeah.
Style.
I mean, what is the greatest picture on the internet ever? It was Batman holding a lightsaber, riding a T-Rex. It's still the greatest picture that was ever put up on the internet. But see, Jeremy, here's where you're wrong. I think this movie's actually gonna suck, and here's why.
Yeah,
Not because the expectations.
No, I don't think it's gonna be awesome. I think it. Yeah.
The expectations are too high. Okay, just way, way, way too high. The second reason is because if you watch, there was a movie that a bunch of high-end Japanese people did that included Black Widow and The Punisher. It was a DC anime. I guess not really an anime. It was just one of their cinematic movies that they do that is actually usually better than most. But it was not good. It was not good, and it concerns me that Oh well, it concerns me that I can't jump straight. It concerns me that they're just not going to be able to get all the pieces that you would want in a Batman movie. See, the first problem that I saw with the trailer is that he's wielding a sword. Now, as we all know, Batman's not a killer. So what's he going to do with the sword? Is he just going to mutilate and maim people? I mean, don't get me wrong, it'd be amazing if he mutilated and maimed people.
Well, and there are versions of him that do mutilate and maim. You know, like in the Dark Knight Returns series.
Dark Knight Returns, yeah, it's probably one of the best comic stories ever published, and he just straight up wrecks a few people. Are you just trying to kill me right now?
Just letting the bodies hit the floor, man.
Oh boy. So yeah, I think it's gonna struggle, not because they're not gonna try. But it is, and unfortunately for Japanese people, they have this serious problem where we nuke them and they're still living with radiation poisoning. Oh, I killed us. So that's bad. It's real bad. And I wish Howbeggar was here to kind of back me up. They do some messed up stuff in their anime.
So you think that's gonna have an effect on
I think, yes, they're gonna take one of the
quality.
best characters that any person in America has ever come up with and possibly not ruin it. Wow, I just cannot figure that part out. Not ruin it per se, but not do it enough justice. Even though, if you look at it, the trailer that I'm referencing, the animation is just flat out amazing. Simply amazing. Oh.
Yeah, it looked awesome, and like the way the Joker looked was pretty sweet. But no, I don't disagree with you. I feel like it's probably not going to be the greatest, and partly because I think you're right. Like I think people's expectations are going to be, oh, this looks amazing, and then they're just going to immediately assume that, you know, I think it's not going to live up to the hype that's going to get built up around it.
Yeah.
But I feel like it could be a cool concept if it's done right. I think there's potential there that.
Oh, I hope it does. I hope it's amazing. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. I hope that everything they do just comes out perfect. Because if that happens, then we're gonna get another awesome Batman movie that we can't get through live action. Because poor Ben Affleck doesn't want to friggin' do it anymore, little fool.
Yeah, it was weird
that
whole thing
because all those DC movies. Seriously, stop shooting the gas cans. Idiot that I am.
Yeah, I still have yet to see Justice League. Just as a side note, and I don't know that I will.
I haven't seen it either. I don't know if I want to pay for it. I'm not gonna lie. It just seems like a waste. But this movie though, I'm definitely gonna run out and see right away, just because the potential is there to be amazing. But
are they doing a theater release?
I don't think so, but I would definitely pay. Like, I would pay money to see it. Like, if it's on demand or whatever else. If it's like straight to DVD, I might actually buy a DVD. Kind of yeah, I don't own a DVD anymore. I've given up on all things media. I just give it up on purchasing all that stuff. And I would buy this DVD just to play at my crappy PS4 because it can't play regular CDs. Haha, take that, Taylor Swift lovers. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but get me out of Braveheart.
Still seems appropriate. Yes, anybody with a sword's rough.
Absolutely. So, all right. So the last topic. Oh, I got smushed. The last topic that I did not give you a heads up on, and I didn't even retweet this because I didn't know myself how to react to it until I really kind of sat down and read through it. Now, I'm not going to even attempt to pronounce this woman's name. She's Chinese.
Oh, boy.
Okay. She was in the Victoria's Secret fashion show 2 weeks ago. The only reason this is trending Twitter topic this week is because they actually aired it this past weekend. And so
you
what
bastard.
happened? Yeah, I left you. So what happens was she was walking on the runway in this really obviously she's in the underwear, but she's got these wings on and halo, and she's got a big flowing drapey looking thing. I'm not even sure what to call it behind her. And what happens? She falls. And now she basically came out and said, it was the statement she made was, "This is the hardest thing I've ever had to deal with in my professional career." Now, what I would have to say to that is, you're real fucking lucky that that's the hardest thing you ever had to deal with in your whole career, was to fall on a stage and look like an ass. Oh, we're sorry. You're two just pretty to have to worry about being anything but? Oh, so annoying. I'm trying to get through down his way. Oh, you got it? Alright, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, to say that I was annoyed by that statement that she made. Oh, I get shot? Alright. It's like it's a minor thing. And honestly, I don't even care what your thoughts are. I just think they're idiots. I just wanted to share this. Because people were coming out in her defense because they showed the after thing where she was crying backstage on the live broadcast. Yeah. Not the live broadcast, because they, like I said, they tape it. And everyone's like, well, why'd they have to show her crying? Why'd they have to even show her fall down in the first place? It was totally, unnecessary to do. I'm like... Because
it's hilarious?
Well, one, yes, it's funny to watch anyone fall down like that you just did, which was really well timed, I might add, J. Doom. That was really well done.
That was all planned. It was actually all part of it.
Absolutely. You always plan out the best falls. But just the simple fact that, yeah, they aired it. So what? She said that was the hardest thing she ever had to do. Or the hardest obstacle she's ever had to face. Just thinking about falling down in front of people being the hardest thing you ever had to do. Now, granted, I'll give her degree of difficulty. She was in her underwear that she fell down. I mean, is it really that difficult? Is it really that much of a pain that she had to endure?
Yeah. Well, it's funny that actually, I was looking at the wrong person totally.
Yeah, so was I.
But you bring that up because yesterday, my wife went into a laughter-induced asthma attack watching just video after video of models tripping and falling down. Wearing
fantastic. That is great.
She loves the ones where their ankles start to wobble before they fall down.
Well, having known your wife for quite some time, she's not one to wear heels. Even though maybe she should if she wants to reach that 5-foot mark.
Yeah, just help in the reaching high counters,
reaching height goals. You have to be this tall to ride this ride. That type of stuff.
Yeah, it would be more practical in her use, but no, it's just funny that you bring that up because we just
were going through and laughing at people's
going over
shame.
This type thing, yeah.
You were laughing at people's hardest moments of their entire lives. This is what you find funny.
Yeah, I felt watching it. It was like, I feel like this is probably the hardest thing they've ever had to deal with.
I'm sure that's exactly what you were thinking.
but I didn't feel bad. I didn't feel bad for them. My thing was more of, why are you wearing those shoes?
Why do they make them walk in those heels? They're already probably the most attractive people on the face of the planet, right? You would think, at least in some people's eyes, right?
Yeah.
What does it matter?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I could get through that.
Well, and how often do you see people wearing the heels that they wear in those shows, like to those extremes sometimes?
Well, how extreme?
I get it, but
how extreme do they have to be that not only are they wearing those heels, but they're wearing them in their underwear? Like, I don't see people change. Like, first off, I don't see many people hanging out in their drawers as it is. And how many different ways can you make underwear look, by the way?
Oh God. Yeah. Well, and just on the topic of people talk about the unrealistic expectations for women, I feel like those shows a lot of times are some of the worst offenders of that.
Well, how about just unreal expectations of them being able to walk in those shoes? Maybe
I was gonna say that's what I was gonna say is that it's more of in the attire and what they wear with that attire. Nobody does that. Not that I don't wish
maybe
people
you don't
would sometimes.
Yes, people just wandering the streets in their underwears and high heels. I mean, yeah, you know what? I'm down for that. But here's the thing: you're gonna get the wrong people in those underwear and heels, like myself. You don't want that. You just don't want that. We all know we don't
Wait,
want that.
So that's what you would be wearing.
Look, if
that was
I
more
had my
acceptable.
choice, yeah. If it was more acceptable, by acceptable you
gosh.
mean I can still get away with it anyways, right?
Right. Exactly. Yes.
Good,
Obviously.
Oh, I died up there.
How did I? I don't even know how I got down here.
I don't know, but it left me high and dry.
Saved my life though.
Apparently. But yeah, I just heard the statement that she wrote, and the first line that she wrote was that
Yeah.
it was the hardest thing she's ever had to overcome.
Yeah.
Just
That deserves ridicule in my opinion because like think about that statement before you make it.
yeah, AAA. Think about that statement. You wouldn't make that statement, would you, you bastards?
Well, the hardest thing they've had to ever had to deal with was giving you an accurate quote.
Okay, accuracy not top priority for what they were trying to do. So, you know what? I'm done with that one. I am completely done. I can't even tolerate. So, we're about halfway through the show, and what I like to do in the second half is have a little fun. Not that we're not having fun anyways, but I like to have a little fun, like play a little game. I can tell you this. The game we're going to play is Onion or Not the Onion. Now, for people who don't know, Onion is a reputable fake news place. So they give fake news headlines. And Not the Onion is a subreddit in Reddit that gives real headlines that sound fake. So I'll tell you right now, both of my nephews, Nephew Cam and Nephew Andrew, were absolutely terrible at this game, even though Nephew Andrew said he was going to nail it, and he was not good at it. Habegger and Thanatos, also not good at the game. I think Thanatos may have gotten the most right out of everyone that I've mentioned so far. So the pressure is not on. It is not on you at all, J-Doom. You can be terrible and still be better than just about everyone else that we've had so far. So, what I do is I give you one title, and you tell me if it's The Onion or Not The Onion, and then we kind of go into our other section where we talk about Reddit responses. So, eventually, this is a hint, the spoiler alert, I will give you a Not The Onion title. Because I have to get to the subreddit, the Reddit responses somehow.
All right, so at least one of them will be.
Or maybe not. Maybe I'm just throwing you a curveball. Maybe I'm just lying to your face. Oh, damn.
Oh, man.
All right, so first one. Your Right host, which is a game show, Sebastian Moore, asked for donations to attend $100,000 a plate Trump fundraisers so he can tell President to go to hell. Is that Onion or Not the Onion?
You know, man, I'm gonna go with Not the Onion.
Ooh, that would be 0 for 1. That is The Onion, my friend. That is a made-up headline.
I could see somebody doing that.
Oh, totally. Totally could. All right, go up.
I'm trying.
Whoa, what am I hitting? Why is it not going?
I don't know. Damn it.
All right, we'll just take the hard way up then. All right. So we are 0 for 1.
All right, well, you know, you told me the pressure wasn't on, so I just went relaxed.
You're just going for whatever. All right, so now this is a very topical one. It's about net neutrality, which everyone's deathly afraid of. Okay. And it is FCC chair unveils premium comment line to fast-track net neutrality complaints for $49.99 a month. Is that Onion or Not the Onion?
Oh, man. I'm going to say this because I hope it is, but I'm going to say The Onion.
It is The Onion. Well done, sir. That is a fake headline. And I actually trial ran that this just a few hours ago, and everyone guessed that it was not The Onion and got it wrong. So that's how good of a headline The Onion put out there. So it was. I thought it was a good headline. All right. So
no, I agree. I was nervous that was. I'm like, I'm gonna say this. Just I'm gonna hope I can wish it to be true.
All right. So Next one, and this one is a doozy, just for the ironic meter, which I always enjoy ironic humor. China launches world first all-electric cargo ship. Will use it to haul coal. Onion? Not the onion, sir.
Oh. All electric cargo ship used to haul coal.
Yep. Just the irony meter is off the charts on this one. Oh, I can't read.
I'm gonna say the onion.
Oh, that would be incorrect, sir. It is the onion,
really?
not the onion. Yes, it is a true headline.
Oh my gosh.
So, and
This world is so messed up.
I know. All right, so this is where we're gonna jump into reading Reddit responses, which is another one of the most fabulous things. I love alliteration, and that's how I made these segments up, just by how I could alliterate them. So, reading Reddit responses. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna sort these by the most controversial, which I don't know how they figure that out on Reddit, but I figure it'd be funny. So it says this is done by Formula_F300. This is actually a good thing, considering the 15 largest container ships create more pollution than all the cars in the world combined. Now, I'm not one to say he's wrong. But what I am going to say is I can't make this jump. What I am going to say is, where's he getting his facts from? Does he just have this?
Can you cite your sources, please?
Yeah. We just not going to worry about sources at all? Oh, I fell. I missed. So I guess apparently this boat has a top speed of 8 miles per hour. And the range is only 50 miles. And _Madison_ has deemed it almost completely worthless.
Yeah, alright, so its range is 50 miles, and you can only go 8 miles an hour. Where are they hauling it from?
I don't know. What is China doing with coal? What are they doing with it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we all use it, but
right. And there's some coal that is actually like pure carbon, which is really good.
Yeah.
Because that can basically just burns itself, and there's no real emissions problems with it. So, but the simple fact that they are using a all electric thing to move, just I can't say how much I love the irony behind it enough.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, I feel like that's a trolling move at its best. Because
so you think China is taking a shot at us, the U.S.?
Yeah, after
because
Trump's China comments.
I believe Tittering on Reddit agrees.
Yeah.
In fact, so much so that he says, and I quote, "Yes, and the USA is looking backwards at coal. Stupidity will sink the USA. Just wait till the world starts trading in the China yen and not the petro." What is a petro? Do I not?
I was just about to say, like, a what?
Did he mean peso? Anyways, because going to war with Iran. That's not even a sentence, dude. Because going to war with Iran is not a sentence. It's just not a sentence. Because he hits exclamation point after Iran, and then it says to take its oil, like Iraq, will keep us a superpower. This guy is out of control. Bombing Yemen so we can move in to save and control it. Yes, Yemen is so well placed we can control the southern hemisphere. War, 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 the American way. And let's be really smart and defend education. That was his whole post.
Gosh.
This person has lost his or her mind. So much that he's making posts that make no sense.
Yeah. Well, now I feel weird because you were saying that he agrees with me, and I'm like, is that what I sounded like? Oh my gosh.
Nah, not quite. He's just saying that. The U.S. is going backwards, and some of us are dying. Horrible this. Instead of going forwards, like China. I don't know how he says China's going forward, but apparently they are. I guess this one thing is enough for tittering to think, all right, you know what? They're definitely doing it right, because they made one boat that's electric.
They're using it to haul coal no more than 50 miles at no more than 8 miles per hour.
It's 2,200 tons of cargo of 50 miles on a single charge at top speeds of about 8 miles per hour, like I said. That's it. Those are the stats. That's it.
That's I don't even know how to respond to that. I mean,
is it worth it?
No, because I feel like that's a lot of money was probably spent to create that ship, to use it for to go that all that far. I mean, I don't know if it would make it better if it was a longer distance, but you know what I mean. Like, it just seems like an odd use of. Oh,
Mike did a little something funky there. You all right?
Yeah, everything kind of chopped up there on me, but I think I'm good now. It was too much death and destruction on my screen.
All right. Okay, so the next one, which I have to just jump into this next Reddit response because it's pretty good. He quotes the 2,200 tons of cargo in that whole. Oh, hold on! I should read the whole post because it says, "Edit. Got it. Here's the bad news: the all-electric cargo ship will be used primarily to transport coal to generating stations along the Pearl River. So imagine this. The world has a ship that can claim to be zero emissions even though it is powered by electricity generated by burning coal. One of the dirtiest of fossil fuels in terms of carbon emissions. It is used to transport coal more cheaply."
Oh my gosh.
Nailed it. Nailed it. The Chinese, not going backwards, just really sideways.
Make it a real lateral move there, guys.
Yeah. Really doing no one any service at all. Oh, shit. All right. Okay. I've had enough of China and that terrible thing. All right, so I'm going to give you interconnect quality. Shut up. All right, so I'm going to give you another last is it me?
Shot at redemption here.
Yeah, this will be the last one. So China develops weapons of mass jellyfish destruction to protect its aircraft carriers. Onion or not the onion?
Oh man. Actually, I really want that to be not the onion, but
Final answer.
It has to be the onion. Has to be.
It is not the onion. That is a real thing.
What is going? I mean, number one, I need to do some more research on this subreddit.
China is amazing. There are only 11 comments. I am actually going to read all of them because they're all very good. Take us to wherever you want to go on this thing. All right, so the first one is from Rabid Mortal. It says, "Title made me imagine China trained killer jellyfish to defend their aircraft carriers." Amazing. Hats off to you, Rabid Mortal. That is good. This one's from Coffee Covered Inbies? I don't even know. I believe it's the motto of the Chinese government: no ecosystem left unfucked. It's quite good. Next up is Ash_274. So Russia has to have a tug follow their carrier around, and China has to have a tug lead theirs? Question mark? I'm not sure what he's referencing, but I'll go with it. Oh, I should pay attention to the game. Oh, I'm dead. So Spirit_theory, a lot of underscores in these names. This problem isn't just China's though. Jellyfish swarms are increasingly common worldwide. They shut down power plants that use water cooling. This is just a bad solution to an awkward problem. Oh boy. First_order. Oh wow, right into the bomb. I'm so terrible. Order_general. Those damn jellyfish are about to get a heat-seeking missile surprise. Oh boy. seems like they open up more of a pool shed, which is Boy. Way to go, Boy. Oh my god. Avoid the missile launches.
Yeah.
And then Rick2497 to top it off. That is an Archiac and an ineffective design. Wow, this guy's getting into it. It is cheaper than catapults. What? It's cheaper than catapults, but greatly reduces the weight, including fuel and armaments. The plane can carry, compared to what the U.S. has, this is slightly ineffective.
Slightly ineffective?
I mean, I should probably read the rest of the article, but I just like the headline, so I'm not going to. Screw you guys.
No, yeah, you don't want to ruin it.
No, not at all. It is not something I care at all about. So that'll end Onion or Not the Onion. You got 1 out of 4, 25%. You officially have bragging rights over Nephew Cam and Nephew Drew, so that's good enough for something, yeah. Because I'm pretty sure... Actually, I'm pretty sure Nephew Cam got 1 right and Nephew Drew got every one of them wrong. So, good. Listen, not good by Nephew Drew.
There's some extreme, real headlines going on. That's the jellyfish thing is amazing. I'm not gonna lie.
It is quite good.
I think I don't know how effective it would be, but it just sounds amazing. It sounds like some shit Captain Planet would pull.
Hey, look, mass jellyfish destruction. I don't think Captain Planet would be on that side of that, would they? If they're about saving things, wasn't he?
Well, those jellyfish are going to save the lives of the Chinese military because they're going to protect their aircraft.
I should get off not the Onion because I'm not even going to ask you the game show. I just like this headline too. Ric Flair says he's available for Tennessee football coaching job. That is a real headline.
Oh. I did see that one.
Hey, look, if Ric Flair wanted to run, Ric Flair and The Rock want to run for president, vice president, that's the ticket in 2020. I'm throwing my vote and support behind that.
No, man. Yeah, you can't call Ric Flair on any kind of sex scandal because he's already admitted to everything.
10,000, right? That was a 30 for 30 number that he gave? 10,000 women?
Yeah, and I feel like he was giving a low estimate there.
I'm going to say I hope not. I hope he was... I hope that's about as accurate as he could get it. Because honestly, I mean, this is going to sound terrible. I don't think he can count that high. He's not exactly the smartest man on the planet, you know? Oh, crap. Oh, crap.
Maybe he's not really sure what that number actually means.
He can't get up to that many digits. He's just unsure of himself. All right, so... Wow, that was death. With that Onion or Not the Onion game over. Basically, I like to go over with my guests things that they have been consuming over the past week. So basically, just ask them what the kind of media they're bringing in, whether it be television, movies, podcasts, literature, anything they want to talk about. Because with this being the golden age of media, I like to figure out. I like to hear what people are watching or consuming in some way, shape, or form. But so, J Doom, what have you been consuming?
Well, I have, and again, some of this stuff's been around for a while, but I've been listening to the Adventure Zone podcast lately.
Nice. That's a good call on your part.
I'd started a while ago and stopped, and I'm kind of getting back into it. And then I've been rewatching all of the DBZ abridged stuff that Team 4-Star did. I don't know if you've ever watched those or not.
No, I haven't watched them, no, but I have heard that they're quite good.
Yeah, and because I'm waiting because they're getting ready to finish the Cell Saga that they've been kind of postponing it for quite a while due to some like other things going on. I think they've been working on some other media, and I believe they put up a post saying they had some like legal stuff going on there for a little bit. But they're supposed to be having that finish up here pretty soon. So I just went back and rewatched their whole series of all the abridged versions they've done. They're
nice.
highly enjoyable.
Well, that's good. That's good to hear. It sounds like it would be entertaining, to say the least. I mean, who doesn't love a good anime that, one fight scene lasts 6 or 7 years? So.
Hey man, they got all the way through the Cell Saga in 59, or it'll be the 60th episode, which is quite a bit faster than.
I'm pretty sure it was just 60 episodes for the regular Cell Saga.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, just that alone.
Yeah, actually, kind of funny. A side note on that note, I watched the Cell Saga when it was first broadcast to America.
Yeah.
As I was holding my newborn child on my chest, I would watch it every afternoon after I got home from work.
Nice.
Yeah. He does not remember it. He does like anime though, so I guess that's something.
Yeah, it just echoes in his ears.
Right. I actually have 2 this week. The first, they're both actually YouTube content creators, I guess I'll go with. The first one is a married couple from Florida called Plush Time Wins. And what they do is they basically go to places like Dave and Buster's, Round 1, and they play arcade games. Not the video games, they play the arcade games where they can win the tickets, and claw machines where they can win the stuffed animals. Obviously, that's where the Plush Time Wins comes into effect. And the reason I like watching them so much, I used to watch them ironically to bust my family members' chops. Like, I can't believe you would watch something so ridiculous. So I would watch them ironically to annoy them. Now, I actually enjoy it because I've turned everything that they talk about basically into a sexual innuendo. So every time they are chatting back and forth about the games they're playing, like all the commentary, because one of them basically plays the game, the other one holds the camera, and they'll swap between the 2 jobs. And whoever's doing the commentary always sounds like they've never heard what a double entendre is or does. Because, like, everything they say, you're just like, are they talking about sex? And I also like to imagine, like, every time they win an actual plush, they incorporate it into the bedroom in some way, shape.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. And this is what I do with my teenage children and wife. And they all. Wait,
your teenage wife?
I don't think she's teenage anymore. She's like way past that. Well, how did that happen? So, anyways, yeah, go check them out if you guys like. I mean, they actually do a good job of creating content for their people. They're lucky enough to have been able to travel literally worldwide. They've gone to Japan, they've gone to all across the U.S., and they do it because they get to, They get to do that because of viewers like me, who sometimes support them with financial stuff. I can't believe I jumped into that. I don't support them financially because I'm not an idiot.
But you give them views, though.
I do give them views, I give them likes, I give them subscriptions, and I also plug them on my Twitter and my other stuff. So you can find them at Plush Time Wins. Now, the second one is amazing. And this is something I never did. I have played a trading card game, but it was Hearthstone, which technically isn't really a trading card because there's not actual physical cards to play. Oh, so close. Right. The other one, the guy is he's a content creator on YouTube, and his name is Leonhard. And what he does, he opens Pokemon card packs.
Oh my god.
And that's literally, I have never played Pokemon. I've had cards here, I've had tins, I've had that type of stuff, but I never play it because it's not something that really interests me for the most part. Whoa, that was weird.
Yeah.
And but for some reason I find him enthralling. Like, he just sucks me in. And he puts out videos that sometimes don't have any sort of pack openings at all. I don't watch those. They're like, I'm like, they're kind of interesting, but I only want the stupid. Oh, I I just want the stupid card openings. I just want the pack openings. I want him to get cool stuff just so he can make these ridiculous phrases. And for those who don't know, my significant other actually works for Nintendo, so I get all the Pokemon. In fact, we actually got in the mail today for free Ultra Sun. So we have like all the Pokemon games at all times, which, you know, is cool. I played Sapphire and all those other stuff, so yeah, those are my two what I've been consuming this week. Bless you.
Nice.
So first one is Plush Time Wins and Leonhardt, and yours were DBZ. Is it a what? How they?
Is Team 4-Star. They do DBZ Bridge because they also do other stuff like
DBZ Abridged. Okay. Yep. Gotcha.
Yeah, and Team 4-Star is the group that makes all those. Okay. And they do other stuff like some of the voice actors will play games. So like they have like Krillin plays Resident Evil 7.
Oh, the voice actor for Krillin play. Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah, and then the other one was The Adventure Zone.
Oh, yes, The Adventure Zone, which is a podcast I listen to all the time. So, All right, if you guys liked hanging out in the basement, fantastic. I appreciate it. You can find me, obviously, on YouTube and Instagram at CreepyUncleRay77. You can also find me on Twitter, just at CreepyUncleRay. You can also follow my guest at JDoom2. That is JDOOM2. Also, the intro and outro music was done by Psycho, SEICO, and it's called World of Mind. You can find him on YouTube. It is copy-free music. I love it. It's just one of those weird things that I kind of enjoy. And that will do it for this week in the basement. Come out next week, 8 o'clock Eastern, and come out and, grab a puppy. Have a good one, guys.